Hi, welcome back to Doomsday Queen, where we're gonna go over what's inside my get home bag. This get home bag is not perfect by all means, but I do have two different types of get home bags. This bag is designed for me to get back from my property, which is about a 3-day hike. If you have not seen my previous video of what's in my everyday carry inside my vehicle, then go and watch that one and then come to this one. So there's gonna be items that are not inside this pack that are inside my vehicle, such as my ham radios, also all my everyday carries. Those are actually on me right now. So let's go through them. All right, we have our stream light. It's a flashlight that attaches to my pants, my Gerber, and my buck knife. Okay, that's my Spitfire. Now let's open up this bag and talk about what's in it. Now, from my property to my home would be about a 3-day hike. I take this when I go out camping. I take it everywhere with me. This is not just a bag that just sits stagnant. So there could be a lot of items that may be missing out of it, and I have not done an inventory on it in about 4 months, which it's time to do an inventory. I highly recommend that you do inventories of your own bags so you know what you have inside of them and what could be missing. Because I use this bag so often, there could be a lot of items that just haven't made it back into their rightful spot and they need to be reorganized. All right, let's go over what's on the outside. On the outside is very, very simple. I have a D-ring that's designed for 60 pounds, but not for climbing. Also, I don't have any fancy filtration water bottles. I am noticing I am missing one water bottle right off the very beginning of this video. I am missing my Yeti that I carry on this side. So I'm not sure where I misplaced that water bottle, but I also carry a Sawyer water bottle. Is this a brand new one? No, this is one that has been used countless times, you guys. I carry it. It's a filtration system. It's great because you can scoop up your water and go. Do I like the coloring of it? Not so much, but does it serve its purpose? Absolutely. I've used this for the last 3 years for hunting season because I do know where natural springs are, especially when I'm out hiking. So this guy. All right. First pocket right off the bat. This is going to be first aid. Okay. This one, you know, you have your Afghan bandages in it, sting wipes, ice packs, and of course, you know, potassium iodide. All right, enough said there. All right, in my second pouch, this is the one closest to the front. I can tell there's a lot of things in here from when I've taken my kids out camping, hiking. There's some fun stuff in there. Such as a deck of cards. Keep your mind busy. Love this deck of cards. It's really fun. Napkins in Ziploc bags. Glow sticks. A Sharpie. Hand warmers. And feet warmers. An emergency blanket. Some easy fire starter. A protein bar. A ferro rod, some more hand warmers. I guess you guys can't tell that when I'm out at the property or out, it can be really cold. And depending on what my elevation is, sometimes I'm in areas that is 10,000 feet above sea level. And where my property is, it is very, very cold in the winter. So if you can tell, there is a lot to stay warm. And some waterproof matches. Very simple. Oh, and more heat packs. Imagine. All right, we're now into the pocket number 3. This is the first main pocket, and I'm noticing that there is some gear in here that I was actually testing out, and I hadn't gotten to it yet. So I'm gonna be definitely taking some of these out on the hunt with me in 2 weeks so that we can go over it. Anyways. One of the first things up is I have a plunger. I know this is weird. Some people don't carry these. This is to backwash your filters. This right here, I always have one of these. I can get water in different areas, and sometimes I'm like, I probably want to clean out my filter before I carry on or before I dry out my filter. So this is to backwash and prime your filters. So I have a plunger in here. Now, one of things right I noticed right away is there was some Mountain House. It's just some granola and blueberries. It's just a very easy 16 grams of protein kind of style breakfast or lunch. The next one I have is a Sawyer. The reason I have this one's a portable Sawyer. It comes with a straw. I'm looking for the straw right now. There we go. All right, so you have your straw. It goes inside, but it allows you to squeeze water. Now, why would I want one of these when I already have a filtration system water bottle? The reason is I have a dog. I have a dog, and most of the time he is with me. Magnus is with me on a regular basis. So this is designed so that I'm able to actually squeeze out the water into his dish. I have a collapsible dish. It is actually in the car right now. It's sitting on my passenger seat because we just used it at the property, but it's attached normally on the outside of this bag. And it's just one of those silicone fold down. So I have a Sawyer water bottle. I think it's called a mini water filter. Yeah, it's a Flow mini water filter. And this is just so that I can have some extra water for him, and because it would be hard for him to be able to drink out of one of my filtration water bottles. Now, one of the pieces of gear in here that's not normally in here, which caught me off guard, was this emergency water straw from Practical Survival. I have not used this yet. And I have a feeling that I put it in here because I wanted to test it out and see how well it does, if it's harder to use or easier to use. This one's supposed to filtrate up to 1,100 gallons of water. So I wanted to take this one out. I think I have a few more floating around in this room somewhere, but I just haven't tested this one out, so I don't know how well it does. I do use the Sawyers on a regular basis. I hope one day that I have a Grail. I have one Grail, but that thing doesn't have as many uses as the Sawyers. So I want to not ruin $100 water bottle right off the rip. So Grail, if you see this, please sponsor me and send me one, because I really love them, but I don't use them on an everyday occasion because those filters, yeah, they're expensive. Anyways, Porta wipes. You gotta use the restroom at some point, okay? I'm always refilling this. I have a giant bag right back there, and these are just, 10 compress tissues. You just get them wet, ready to go. What else do I have in this bag? This bag needs to be reorganized, I can already tell. So I have some chem lights, and then this one is just like a Pioneer tool. I've used this out at the property, and I think I just forgot to put it back, but it's great. It's great. If you're into any bushcraft style skills, this is great to have in your pack. It's great. A compass, of course. There's a compass in here. Just your basic level compass. I think I got this one off of Stealth Angel. And don't worry, I will do close-up shots of everything out on this table because I need to reorganize this bag because there is some excess in here that shouldn't be in here, but it's always good to go through your pack. All right, the next one, it's a knife, it's a spork, it's a fork spork, it's great, it's to eat. I do have some ports, some charging cords, not sure which one this went to. All right. Oh, I have two knives in here. This one is one of my absolute favorites. It's a buck knife. This one is a mossy oak. This one was a Christmas present from my husband, and I absolutely love it. I'm not sure why I have both in the exact same pack. I'm pretty sure this one's supposed to go in my other pack, but that's what happens. And then this one is just a buck knife, 117. Very versatile. It's a fixed blade. I enjoy it. If you guys didn't know, I really enjoy my knives. Going through this pack, there's some smaller little pockets in here. I got some 550 cord, some aqua tabs, and then I have, there's a glass breaker on this and an emergency whistle. This one's from SOG. All right, going into the last pocket, which is the largest pocket on this bag. there is going to be, and these are items that I think everybody should have. I'm not going to pull those items out. If you're a female, feminine hygiene, extra underwear and extra socks, okay? That's just straight across the board. Think outside the box. You never know what you might need. And we're all adults here, hopefully. All right, so I'm gonna fold out that portion because those are actually in individual slots inside that bag because that bag actually folds all the way completely down. All right, in the pack, there is Dude Shower on the Go. I use these quite often with hunting, anything. All right, there is a tarp. No, I don't see a lot of people talking about tarps. Maybe there is. The reason I have a tarp is first, I want to have a nice dry area for me and my dog to sit down, especially when we're hiking, walking. Also, it serves a dual purpose. You have a shelter instantly. You have 550 cord. You can construct yourself a way to stay dry, stay warm. A tarp is awesome. It's super lightweight. It's not adding a ton to your pack, and it's excellent to have on the go. But my dog loves to sit on it when we're out hiking, and so do I, because sometimes I don't want it to sit on the rocks. All right, next up, there's some gloves inside of here. These are actually supposed to be in where my socks are at. There's a hat. I'm a redhead. Keep the sun away. This one has extra pockets inside of it. Inside some of these pockets, there is cash. And there's extra aqua tabs. You can tell these are dirty because I've been out in this hat many, many times. And there is a lighter in one of those pockets. All right. First off, there's 2 bottles of water. Simple, guys. Water is essential for life. All right. Next, I have one of my traveling frying pans. If your pan doesn't look like this, you probably don't use it as much as I do, but mine's been used a lot. It is definitely not aesthetically pleasing on any level. It has been scorched, burned so many times you can't even really tell. I don't know if you can tell who is it made by. Maybe it's a Ready Hour? I don't know. I don't know. It's been used so many times. Also, a cup. This is how I warm up my water when I make my food. So very simple. It's easy to use for purifying your water. I am very upset though. I am missing my water bottle that's on that side. So I got to check my car and see if it fell off in there. All right. We've got Mountain House Chili Mac. That's actually one of my absolute favorite meals. Some of my fire starters. If you've not seen my video of fire starters, my phone is going off. But if you haven't seen my video on fire starters, I have used these so many times. They're super easy. They light really well, and they can help you dry out your wood, which in the winter time, I ended up in a pretty nasty snowstorm and I needed to dry off some of my wood before I brought it inside with me before I went to sleep. So that's what these look like. It's a messy bag. It's got wax all over on the inside of it, but they're awesome. Next, I have a thermal top. Oh no, these are thermal bottoms. I got some thermals and another set of thermals. These ones are brand new. These ones have a tag still on them. Inside of here, I know that these are very random. Waterproof matches. There is a small compressed life tent in here. I think I was setting this one up. I wanted to see if I could set up a better structure with this one or with my tarp. I do use my tarp more often, but I don't think I've ever used this guy. But it's just a very simple, it's like a Mylar style tent. And it has its own cords inside of it. But it's supposed to have enough room for 2 people or 2 people. I figure me and my 95-pound dog, that's 2 people. All right, 550 cord. This one I had been braiding. I was adding it to my pack. I don't remember what exactly I was adding in, but you know, braiding your own 550 cord is super easy, you guys. I used to do this all the time. I used to do this with my slings, and it's one of my favorite things. I don't see a lot of people out there doing it as much as before because a lot of people will just buy them this way, but this is just one I was working on. I was just sitting bored outside and I just wanted to work on a project. So it's still inside my pack. You got to keep your mind busy. This one has a, you know, this is just a fold out saw. Very, very simple. There we go. This one's just a fold out saw. It's very simple, easy to put together. I am missing my hatchet, but that's because it's sitting right behind me. Oh no, I am missing my hatchet because it's inside my car. That's where if you go back to my video, you'll notice my hatchet is sitting in the trunk section of my car. So that one is missing. Told you, you have to reorganize your bags. In the bottom of this bag, I do have a 72-hour kit from 4 Patriots. I have never tried their food and I wanted to give it a good go. I've tried, I think, one of their meals, but I don't remember what it tastes like. So I threw a 72-hour kit in the bottom of it in hopes that I'll probably go through it this fall, winter. I use everything that's in this pack. There's nothing that really stays the same in there except for some of the gear. Also inside this pack, I didn't realize I had one of my entrenching tools inside of it. You can take the girl out of the military, but you can't take the military out of the girl. You always need an entrenching tool. Now, if you're planning on hiring... My apologies. If you're planning on hiking and you want lighter weight, don't do this. This is just, I told you, you can take the girl out of the military, but you can't take the military out of the girl. I always have an entrenching tool. It's either inside my vehicle or inside of one of my packs. I think it's extremely important, along with a hatchet and a saw. But my rucksacks weighed way more than this pack. This pack is actually extremely lightweight. I enjoy taking it with me. It doesn't bother me. And that is that for that get home kit. I have extra socks, extra underwear, feminine hygiene, and all of this. There's enough food to get by, and there is enough water to get me to my next source of water because I do know the routes really well. Also inside this pack that I did not show you, that's in this pocket that I'm looking at right now, there is a map of those areas. There is a printed map. So just in case I get a little turned around, I can re-navigate myself back to the course that I know I should be at. So that is it. I wish I had better high-tech gear for you guys. I wish I had a GPS. I've never even used an electronic GPS when I'm out. So tell me which one you guys like, because I would really like to get one. But yeah, this is about it. This is what I take with me. If I miss something, if you notice something is missing out of my pack, in the back of my car there is a jacket, and I do always have a hoodie with me. There is thermals in here because it can be cold and it can be hot. And that's it. Well, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know down in the comments, what am I missing out of this pack? And I need to go reorganize it because now it's an absolute mess. Let me know down below if you want to see my other get home bag. My other get home bag is itty bitty tiny compared to this one. It is the one that I carry when I'm just out and about within town and I'm not outside of town. This is designed for me to be at least a 2 to 3 day hike away from home. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, stay aware, stay prepared, and always have your head on a swivel. I'll catch you on the next one.